Welcome, friends, in Science Lecture 5, Lesson 9, Heredity and Evolution. In this particular lecture, we are going to start with the topic of fossils. Now, what are fossils? Fossils are the organ study of an organs of structure of organisms that can be done only on the current species, right? But also the species that is no longer living. So these species is already extinct and they are dead. That means these organisms have died. So their bodies will decompose and will be lost. But every once a while, the body or at least some part may be in the environment that does not let it decompose completely. Fine. Or so the mud that covers turns to an hard rock like a dead insect. If we talk about, though the dead insect is covered by an hot mud or a kind of an a soil texture which turns very hard, and the imprints that is imprints remains on them. Fine. For example, it will not decompose quickly, but the mud will eventually harden and retain their impression. So this impression is remaining of the body of that insect. So such preservations of stones which are having imprints of organisms on them for years together, where the body is actually decomposed but maybe some part is remaining, or maybe only the imprints are remaining. Such kind of things are called as fossils. Like it can be a fossil of a tree, invertebrates. They are talking about of different invertebrates impression is been there, or dinosaurs that we know, like Rajasura dinosaurus is there. So these kind of different kinds of uh, preserves of traces of the living organisms are called as an fossils. So these fossils are there, and we study the fossils and take out the things from there and try to retain our past. Fine. Uh, the, uh, the fossils are generally found. The older fossils are generally found more deeper, and the new soils are found on the upper region. So these are the old fossils. As the fossil is quite old, that will be more and more deeper layer at the deeper layer. And if it is an new fossil, that will be closer towards the upper layer of the earth crust. Right. Now the next topic is evolutionary stage. So as we have learned for the evolutionary stage, uh, we have learned that different organisms come and evaluate toward different stages, and these stages they have got evaluated themselves in a manner so that they can be a better survival. And if they are not getting evaluated, that is the evolution is not made, like they do not lose certain organs or gain certain organs and certain characteristics, their losses are never regained back and they lose their entire species, like dinosaurs and all. Maybe possibly they must have lost the entire evolution. So there is the entire species is lost nowadays. So the different evolutions have made certain animals to burrow themselves inside the earth, certain animals to have their flights, certain animal to capacity to retain their body temperature, certain they adjust their body temperature for with respect to environment, like reptiles and amphibians. Some of them can fly like birds. Some of them started in the water living, as in with water living animals like fishes and different animals which are in the seas and oceans. So this is an extraordinary thing, a complex thing to study. That is a stage by stage evolution. Some of the things went on evaluating, and the evaluation went on, and the different species are gathered. Like in humans also, the different species, color, creed, many different things are evaluated from basic species of Africans towards the Mongoloids, Chinese that we called upon, Indonesia and many different areas, even in Assam and all. And in India, the different breed is there. Fine. In European countries, we find a different personalities, and in Australia and New Zealand, side the different personalities. Fine. So these are the certain photographs of dinosaurs and the families which have got extinct, and they must have developed themselves in evolution, but still they were not capable of surviving. We take an example of broccoli, that is an present cabbage, the wild cabbage. The mother of everything was a wild cabbage, is a good example. So more than thousands of years we have been cultivating this plant as a food. So cabbage is an food plant, like it generated and so and so. it went on generating from as a vegetable from one generation to the another. Now we have started an artificial selection rather than the natural selection. So what happened around that, we started selecting them and growing them at that particular stage. So very short distance between the leaves, we selected one and we bred then at this as an cabbage. Now some have wanted to select it arrested flower development. Arrested flower development gathered to be and breed broccoli, or for a sterile flower that happened to be an cauliflower. So the development of arrested flower was bred broccoli, and sterile flower was cauliflower from cabbage itself only. So also some have selected the for the swollen part, and that is an kohlrabi. Fine, this is a kohlrabi flower type of an thing. These are the same things that is coming from the same ancestors. Some of them got a large leaves, and this leafy vegetable was called as in kale, right? So this kale appeared, and these are the different photographs of them that we had been talking. So this is an kohlrabi. This is a wild cabbage, which is an origin one. So this is an original ancestor, and from this different breeds develop. Like kale got developed, kohlrabi got developed, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, red cabbage, and all. Red cabbage and cabbages are same, but just a slight difference in them. Fine. So another way of tracing evolutionary relations depends upon the original idea that we started, that is the changes in DNA during reproduction. That can be another idea. What we did was an selection, as in from natural selection to the artificial selection, but some of them can be a natural selection in terms of change of DNA during evolutionary stages, and these evolutionary stages gives an different species, entire different species to grow, right, and gives a direct estimate how much DNA has changed. So DNA goes on changing from one generation to the another, and after that an entire new species or a breed develop. Original also continues, original species also continues in an original DNA fashion, but due to environmental changes or some circumstantial changes, the entire species is a new species is born, and from generations together, and this DNA is being changed. So such type of relationships are called as an evolutionary relationships. Fine, I hope so you must have understood about by taking an example of wild cabbage. So thank you for this particular lecture.